Cambridge and
Here's innovation from Goyle that takes you further. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and Goyle has innovated to stay ahead with expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. Goyle. Good energy. Here's innovation from Goyle that takes you further. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid.
Good morning, students, tutors, and other stakeholders. I'm very delighted to be here this morning to probably exchange ideas with the young ones of today. Apart from the things that have been said about me, I also happen to be a chief. I've been a chief for 33 years. So I'm a man of many professions. It's a delight to address my young ones this morning because it's very essential that some of us who have seen it all will come back to the young ones who are growing up, who are the future of our nation, to at least listen to us, learn from our tales, and maybe try to readjust if you think you are not on the right path. Last year or so, we took a decision in Goyle to support this maths and science quiz program. Because I remember about 10, 15 years ago when it was being held by the late Professor Maria Madi. It was quite a household thing. Everybody was glued to GTV in those days. And then after some time, the thing died off. And then we thought it was a brilliant idea that it was being rejuvenated. So as Goyle, the largest oil marketing company in the year, in the country, we thought we should lend our support. Because it's a very important project. The world is changing fast. And this change is being driven by what? Science and then maths. Yesterday I was listening to the news. They were interviewing the Chinese president. And he was saying that maybe in 10 years' time, we'll have vehicles which will not be driven by what? Human beings. Most vehicles. I know it's already on the road. But in 10 years' time, most vehicles will not be driven by individuals. It will be, self-driven vehicles. Yes. Restaurants, if you go to your restaurants, you are not going to see attendants serving you. You just go and then you plug in, and then you'll be served. It's already happening in China. Even in our own service stations. Today we employ over 3,000 people. But if you were to go, with the new innovations, we will not have attendants at our stations. We are not doing that now because it means about 3,000 people will be losing their jobs. And these days, there are no jobs. So we thought, well, although the technology is there, it is better we still allow attendants to run our service stations. A lot of things are happening rapidly. And all these things are saying that you, the young ones of today, you have a huge task ahead of you. It's unfortunate that we, the elders, are not imparting the necessary agency in you. We are behaving as if Ghana is not competing with other countries. Countries all over the world are investing heavily in education. Because education is a game changer of what? Tertiary education. Tertiary education is the minimum. And there everything is almost automated. If you say you are going to a village in South Korea, the stories, the heights, the least height will be about 15 stories. That is a village for you. In the cities like Seoul, you have high-rising buildings like 50, 60, 80, and going. Everything is automated. And the system, you go there, you say, are these people also in the world? You think you are in a different planet. It's all being driven by education, science and maths. And they are doing those things through their companies. Some 60 years ago, they were as poor as us. But through 6 companies, LG, Hyundai, Kia, Samsung, these 6 companies have transformed the economy of South Korea. So what I want to come and tell you today is that this is your opportunity. You are in your ages are between 15 and maybe 19. Well, you could have some in their 20s, but they fall outside the mean. We are talking about the mean, the averages. The averages are around 18, 19. And that is the time that you are supposed to devote yourselves to what? Learning, acquisition of what? Knowledge. Your brains, your IQ, everything is at its height. My young ones, there is time for everything in the world. When you grow up, you crawl. Sorry, when you are born, you crawl, you walk, you begin to run, you reach your adolescence age, then you get to maturity. If you are in your teens, you think you have the whole world ahead of you. You think you have so many years ahead of you. By the time you are aware, you are running for time. So if today the opportunity is given to you that within 3 years, you should acquire knowledge from your tutors, from your parents, and get something out of it, which is the basics, the foundation of your life. My little ones, don't abuse it. Some people spend their 3 years in school doing almost nothing. Some people are just there, oh, we are in school. They can mention the big schools, the small schools. But at the end of the day, if you don't do the right things at the right time, one day you'll be out of school, they will be inviting you for your old students association, you can never go. Why won't you go? Because you don't want to see the face of your comrades, those you were in school with. When everybody comes out, beginning to mention the profession, I am this, I am that, I am that. Because you have misused your time in school, you cannot really go back and associate yourself with your schoolmates. Sometimes we don't even know that we are misusing our time. because of peer pressure, because of other things that we associate ourselves with. You may not even know. And then sometimes, those of you who come from very, 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 or let's say, comfortable homes, you are the ones who, today's, arena, sometimes you are the ones who are rather losing out. Because you wake up, you see TV, you see everything that, can make life comfortable for you. Your fees are paid in advance, and then, or whatever your needs are provided. So the critical thinking, where you learn to fend for yourself, you learn to fend for yourself and society. Those things are never learned at the formative ages. But those from the humble homes, sometimes they rather make it in life. Because they come through life the hard way. So if you're in school, don't envy the one who comes and then maybe he has everything, he has top money, he has this, he has that, and he doesn't know what to use his time for. Because maybe his parents have provided everything. So he doesn't even know that he also one day become a parent. So he has also to provide. So you have parents who provide everything for their children grow up and then they destroy everything. Because the art of learning to fend for oneself is never taught. Some of us are from very, very humble beginnings. I come from a rural area, a farming enclave. So I told people that I know how to do palm wine tapping. I tap palm wine. When I was young, I was a palm wine tapper. I know how to blow. All kinds of odd jobs we did when we were growing up. Those days, electricity was not even available. Today, you go to our rural areas, even some of our rural areas, they have electricity. We were using all kinds of lanterns and lights to learn. But at that time, life was teaching us how to progress in the hard way. It is like a butterfly who has to struggle by becoming a cocoon. And then if you think it's so easy, you just go and pull that butterfly out before the time comes. When you leave it, it cannot fly. So you just have to struggle in life. You need to build a certain level of robustness in yourself. Because when somebody tells you it is going to be easy in life, it's not true. They may have provided everything for you now. Your tutors are around. Your parents may be around. But sooner than later, you'll be left out in the world. And then when you are left out of the world, there is one thing that confronts every adult. That thing I call what? Decision making in life. Whether you are making a decision as an individual, you are making decisions in corporate environment, you are making decisions as a family head, whatever position you find yourself, there is always going to be time for what? Decision making as a human being. If you are making certain decisions and you make them, you make the wrong choice, sometimes some of them you just live to regret. You cannot go back. So at every point in time, as individuals, whether you are young or you are an adult, you are always being confronted by choices. Today, the choice you have now is to learn or not to learn. To obey your tutors or not to obey them. To join the chorus or not to join the chorus. What are you spending your time for? How are you building that foundation on which you'll be standing on tomorrow? How are you listening to your tutors who are being paid to guide you? Not only to teach you, but also to guide you in your future life, in the present and the future life. How are you listening to your parents? What kind of adult do you intend to be in future? I always tell my children that if you go to school, if you are in school, several opportunities will be opened to you. There are some who by their nature can become good sportsmen. You have footballers, we have other athletes. There are some who are born to be great musicians. There are some who are just academics, pure academics. All kinds of inherent characters are in us. But it is the ability to develop these things. It is the ability for your teacher or your parents to identify your talents early. Sometimes, some of us, through our actions and inactions, we behave like the three gentlemen in one gentleman, the parable in the Bible, where three gentlemen were given different levels of talents, monies. One person was given in the Bible 5, another person 3, another person 1 by their master. The master says, "Oh, I'm traveling. You take 5. Let's say today's system. Let's say he's giving 500,000. Another one is giving 300,000. Another one 100,000. I'm traveling. When I come back, I want to see what you make out of it." The master travels and comes back. The one who has the 500,000 says, "Master, you gave me 500,000. I've been able to multiply it 2 times. So now it is 1 million. The 300,000 one comes and says, "Master, you gave me 300,000. Now it is what? 600,000. The one who was given 100,000 says, "Well, I know you are a difficult one. I know if I offend you, you're not going to, make things easy for me. You are a very, very hard master. So the 100,000 that you've given me, I went to hide it. So please take your 100,000. This is it." And in the Bible, the master said, "Oh, you are a wicked man." So they took that 100,000 and gave it to the one who already had 1 million. And that is why it is said that to whom, those who have more will be added. That is life. If you think that because your talent in class, your talent is not, or you are not as good as student B, so you go and sit down and write yourself off. Instead of working hard to catch up, maximize the use of the talent that God has given you. In my company, I tell people, if you are a cleaner, make sure that you clean to the best of your ability. If you are a driver, just make sure that driving is what you are contributing to the growth of the company. So drive to the best of your ability. Let the engineer also do his best. The accountant will do his best. Together, we are forming a team. Together, we will progress. Never, 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 never underrate yourself. Because if you sell yourself cheap in life, you'll be bought cheap. Anybody that sells himself cheap or herself cheap will find himself or herself being bought cheaply. Value your God-given talent. Identify it early. You may not be as good as Mr. A in maths and science, but you could as well be better in English. Somebody's talent is in sports. Another is arts. Another is music. Just identify yours. Maximize it. Make good use of it. Opportunities are provided in the schools for everybody to come out, but there is a basic standard. which you must all attend. And in all these things, if you don't add certain kinds of things to your life, integrity. What is your integrity level? How can people rely on you? What are you being taught in your homes? These days, from class 1, kindergarten, students are being taught how to cheat. How to cheat the system. So you see, sometimes you see teachers, parents contributing towards what? Teaching how students how to cheat. Especially in exams. You don't tell your son, your daughter to learn hard, but what you tell him or her is that, oh, at the right time, we will try and get the pop for you. Young ones, if you get through this kind of system, and then you go out there, you won't find it easy in life. You can only succeed in life if you learn how to do things for yourself in a hard way. Never join what majority is doing if you think that what majority is doing is wrong. You must have your set of principles, and you must know how to manage yourself, your time, apportion your time very well. There is time for everything in life. The same way, if you're in school, there is time for everything. So I am here just to inspire you. I'm here just to inspire you, to encourage you that life education is what? Is a leveler. Education levels the playing field for everybody. You may not have come from a very good home. Your parents may not be that rich. But if you follow the principles in life, if you learn hard in school, whatever talent you are given, if you work hard at it, one day you will make it in life. You will achieve something in life for which society will be proud of. The future belongs to you. And this is the time to make the best out of it. No other time will come. But now, it is time to address your shortcomings. It is time to learn yourself, to apply yourself to your books. Learn from your tutors, because that's why they are being paid. Learn from adults. And then the future will be very bright for you, and our great country will be the better for it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Okoli. Do you have any questions for Mr. Okoli?
It's not easy.
Any questions, please?
I should wrap up. Any questions? Okay. What am I saying today? The things that I'm living with you are, one, we are not all from the same environments. Our environments are different. But somehow we meet in school from different environments. People will come with different talents, different issues, different behaviors. But just stick to the best practices. Just make sure that you stay focused in life. Develop whatever God has given you. Don't just necessarily want to copy others. Make the best of your time in school. Whether you are coming from a good home or whatever, average home or whatever, education is what? A leveler. And one day, they will not be asking who your father is or who your so-and-so is. they'll be asking, who are you? What have you achieved in life? What is your purpose in life? Don't misuse your time. Learn to manage your time well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Okoli. We are grateful for those inspiring words. Thank you all for your time. And once again, the mentorship sessions are proudly sponsored by GWOL. Thank you so much and see you tomorrow.
Here's innovation from GOIL that takes you further. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead with expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.